Hey everybody, we're taking a look at the Pathron Legend, which is a board made out of Poland. So this is for you readers in Europe who are looking for a inexpensive, good all-mountain board. And I gotta say I was a little skeptical because I've never heard of this company or really didn't know anything about it. Some people had asked me to review them. I contacted Pathron and lo and behold, a few weeks later they shipped me out some boards to review and ship back. So this is the Legend. This is kind of their all-mountain board, and it's got, I believe, a directional twin or twin-like shape. It's got a setback stance, I think of 20 millimeters. It's got what they call a micro camber, and I don't know if you can see this here, but apparently it's very hard for me to see. When I first got these boards, I was unsure what they meant by camrock, because usually camrock has like 4 to sometimes like a lot more millimeters of camber in the center. This has 0.25 of a millimeter. So in a lot of ways, this is a flat to rocker board mainly to me, because some flat to rocker boards actually have maybe a little bit of camber just by the way they're made. So I was kind of actually hoping for a little more camber, but it surprised me how well it did with what little camber it had. And the flat to camber kind of goes past the bindings, and then there's a very mellow rocker. So it's got a really good, stable, like almost semi-aggressive feel that's pretty fun turning. There isn't really like a spring out of each turn, but it really is pretty easy to engage into a turn. I'd say it's like medium, when it comes to turn initiation, and it's got pretty good pop. I had a lot of fun ollieing off things today, and I felt that it generated its own air pretty well, better so than carving. And I guess that's just because there's a little extra after the tip and tail. Even in a carve, it felt pretty stable, and I didn't wash out. It held its edge pretty well and made it through like a pretty hard turn where I'm trying to turn almost uphill. And it didn't feel too washy, and it held the edge pretty good. The only thing, it just didn't have that spring, that fun spring out of each turn that a lot of boards with a little more camber going on have. So I think my only complaint about this board was the camber. I'd love to see just take it up from 0.25 of a millimeter to like 4 millimeters, and just really give it a little bow here before it mellows out, before it has that mellow rocker up. And it was pretty catch-free and easy to ride. It was very stable between the feet, very easy to ride switch, very easy to hit jumps. I didn't really, there's no pipe up, and there isn't much of a jib park, and I'm not a great jibber anyways, but it seems like it's a little too stiff for those who want to just hit the jib park. For the pipe, it seems like it would be pretty fun. A little more camber would be better driving from wall to wall. But other than that, I think for the price, especially in the US, it's $319. I don't know what it is in Europe, but I think it's reasonably priced. And this is a great all mountain board for this price range, and it's it kind of reminded me a little bit of like the Rossignol Taipan, or like an older like Yes Optimistic or something like that were really fun all mountain boards. It's got a little venture flavor in it too, with the flat to rocker that has a really good flat area, so really holds better on a turn and pops better. So I think it's a pretty good board. It's not a favorite, but I think for the price you can do a lot worse, and I had a pretty fun day on this. It's fast, stable, held its speed well. The base wasn't waxed when I got it, and it's pretty dry, and I didn't wax it. I just didn't care. And yet it still got me through a lot of long flat sections. So all in all, pretty impressed with the Pathron Legend, and I think you could do a lot worse in this price range. I hope this helps. Ugh.